very special session. I will not take your time at all because we have a very eminent speaker with us, Professor P.K. Dan. He's from IIT Kharagpur. He heads the entrepreneurship cell, it's called the E-cell of IIT Kharagpur. He will guide you through a series of workshops, such workshops, over the next couple of months to guide you, to make you all more energetic, to be into entrepreneurship and think of innovation. We have with us Director of Bhatanagar Engineering College of Arts, Techno Bhatanagar, Mr. Arvind Lahiri. May I request Mr. Arvind Lahiri and Professor P.K. Dan to be up here, and I would request Mr. Lahiri to give a short brief.
Please.
And before that, Lahiri may please felicitate Professor P.K. Dan.
I will just update you. We had come in the morning around 11 o'clock. We had discussions with some of the eminent people from the IITs, apart from Professor P.K. Das was here, from CII and PwC, Deepankar Chakraborty, Somnath Chatterjee from Capgemini. We had a lot of discussions on this, how entrepreneurship, what is entrepreneurship, how we can go about. So, a lot of deliberations was there. So, right now, we are discussing on this. This is a pilot we are doing. What are the driving force? How you can be interested in this? I think in his slides or in his deliberations, he will give some details. IIT Kharagpur is one of the eastern part. They are running the innovation park or research park, which is going to have the replica in Rajarhat very soon, where we will be in a communication mode. And apart from this, the other researchers or innovation or research and development cell, like TCS will be involved, or IIM Calcutta will be involved. These are then some of the very senior people from the research and development part. They are going to be involved apart from IIT Kharagpur. So this is the first step. We have given the name, the Udyog has been given the name, it has been inaugurated, and we are seeing that is how much you are interested, whether you can come up with some of your idea, your initiatives, and to give in a shape so that industry can accept your proposal. Right? That is ultimate objective. So whatever you do, you may be having some patent. But patent, yes, you can create a patent, you can create some papers, but you can create some projects, but ultimately whether it is acceptable by the industry or not, that is the ultimate objective. And funding also will be given either by the industry or by venture capital or by somebody. There are some agencies from the central government, state government. So through this process we will be going, and it is always an interactive mode. I request the faculty also to be involved in the process. This is a unique idea and unique initiatives. You will find the AICT is also giving the new forum or new initiatives. Lot of initiatives it is giving apart from Niti Aayog, DST and other blah blah different agencies are there who will give you some support. So with these few words, I thought I'll introduce Professor P.K. Dan all the way. He has come from the Kharagpur and he is here. Slowly you will be interacting with him and see if you have any doubts, anything else. I hope all of you have some sort of noting pads or noting papers. I could see most of you have not. If you want, please take one page of paper so that whatever your discussion is having, you must have it interacting with. Because the discussion, whatever is there, please jot down, and then you can have some lot of queries or lot of questions, right? Thank you very much. It's okay.
outset, I would like to thank Techno India Group for kindly giving me this opportunity to interact with you. Mr. Lahiri, Ms. Bose, we have been interacting for quite some time for this workshop. Professor Bhattacharya and my friends and colleagues who I can see here, sitting here, with whom I had opportunity to discuss many things earlier. And dear students, at the outset, I would like to tell you one thing, that please treat this session to be your session, and I would prefer not to hold it as a lecture session. So you have every right to stop me at any point in time and you can also share your point of view if you have one. And please never think it is going to be just a lecture class, that I will be telling you one of your paper code of such and such, such and such, such and such. So please feel free and don't hesitate to ask questions, because this is one of the areas which perhaps you have not learned during your school, as well as maybe in your college curriculum, because there are certain things which are more practice oriented. Today I will discuss one of such things which is largely practice oriented, but it is also greatly structured, provided you want to do something in a systematic manner and not in random and haphazardly or ad hoc manner, to ensure that your success rate is up. Hence, I would like you to take through a journey. So I will divide my time in a way. How many, first of all, would like to attend it as a classroom lecture, or how many of you would like to attend it as a workshop? How many in favor of workshop? Not raising hands? Okay, good, great. So I believe everyone here is preferring workshop and not class anymore. That's wonderful news. So I would like therefore you to participate in real terms, that means both in the course of discussion that we will have, and plus some thought-provoking brainstorming exercise that we will do perhaps maybe in within an hour, and then you will perform certain tasks and activities that I will assign to you, and then you would have to make a presentation here, and that presentation would be actually around the concept of innovation, which can be translated into some kind of entrepreneurial activity or entrepreneurship or startup. These are the terms that we use. But in order to understand all that, I will discuss the major pillars. One of this is design thinking. How many of you have heard the term design thinking? Okay, just a couple of hands. I realize that most of you I believe are from technology background, right? Is there anyone in the crowd, students crowd that I mean, who are not from technology but from management discipline? Okay, so few, fine. I understand the composition. Now with this, what I will do is, first I will take you through some of the, normally when we discuss something that innovation, entrepreneurship, etc., we try to find out why here, Why at Techno? Why at WBT or MACA-UT? Why in India? Why at all? These questions obviously comes to mind, but I mean that is quite natural that such question should be there. Can I change anything slightly? Okay, fine. For that, I just would like to show you what the world is doing. Not necessarily we will all have gone to MIT or Stanford or Harvard or universities like this, but what if, for a moment you will think that what MIT and Stanford is doing, we are doing similar things. How does it feel? How does it feel that we are also doing what MIT people are doing, what Stanford people are doing, what Cornell is doing? Do you feel that therefore it is worth considering? Yeah. So with that we will begin. I just would like you to see, not memorize, just see which are the universities in the world. I hope you would all agree, these are the top universities in the world who are having so many disciplines of engineering and management and all that. And thereafter they are considering that yes, instead of having so much of disciplines, mechanical, electrical, electronics, chemical, so many, computer science and whatnot, one thing still is missing. What is missing? What is missing? What do you feel is missing? What do you feel in your daily life is missing? Not in terms of a particular class, but what is missing? Yeah, but what is missing? That means, I mean, basically you are all people from a particular branch or discipline, right? But what is missing is that we are planning to solve some problem, mostly from the discipline, but when it comes to a total engineering solution, perhaps we are not addressing it. Because either we are trying to solve it as an electrical engineering problem, or a mechanical engineering problem, or computer science problem, but the moment it comes to a holistic problem, that okay, all disciplines should work together to give a product. Like this projector. What is the technology behind this? What are the technologies here? It's a mechanical engineering technology, electrical engineering technology, electronic engineering technology, computer science technology. So all are yes. So who will solve this problem? A mechanical engineer, an electronic engineer, or a computer science engineer? Who? Who will solve this problem? Because first we have to understand whether the problem is genuine. Hey, you come and sit here. There are plenty of spaces here still. So you understand that that there needs a combination of all engineering disciplines. Okay, and of course one aspect that we should not miss out is that the whole thing is to be also coordinated together, managed together, and also some management element are also involved in this. So different engineering and management all put together in a cauldron. If we consider, we are considering a particular subject here, which is the amalgamation of many or mixture of many of such disciplines, and we are calling it innovation engineering or engineering solutions to problems, or we are calling it design of artifact which is going to solve some of our pain points. So you understand, in different languages we are talking, but we are actually focusing or addressing a thing that needs a solution, and solution often which are not being made with the existing technology or product that we have. So we have to create one to solve our problem, and that is where the innovation comes in. Now the question is, okay, innovation, I understand, we are solving the problems, but why entrepreneurship? What is the purpose of doing entrepreneurship? Why should we study, understand what entrepreneurship is? What do you think is the purpose of entrepreneurship?
Support these ideas.
Support?
Support these ideas.
Support these ideas, or, very correct, or take these ideas forward. That if suppose we have conceived something good, I can do something useful, say, or can draw, sketch, fine. I have designed. I am very happy that I have designed. I have done some CAD modeling, or I have done some simulation. That's good enough. Let this be my BTech or MTech project. Submitted. Great, excellent. Then what happens? That particular thing is not actually being used by people at large, because it still remains as a knowledge. But the moment we think of taking this knowledge to another level, where what? Where people would be using, others would be using, and I also will be my own boss. Two things will happen at a time. That I take my product, my thought, my technology to the world, and I become my own boss. Own boss means what? That is, that you enjoy the great freedom, that you don't work for anyone except yourself. That's a great freedom. Don't you think it's a great freedom?
Yes.
Only problem is that it is, but there are issues. It is a great freedom, but at the same time, there are certain risks. You have a technology. You are out to establish your technology, translate your technology into products. There is a huge reward if you are successful. But there is also some risk associated with it. Alright. I will, for a change, would like to share a couple of short videos. How many of you have heard about Tesla? Ooh. How many of you have, great, hey, excellent. How many of you have heard about Elon Musk? That means many have heard about Tesla, but not all of them know that actually it was done by Elon Musk. But it is good going still. Great going. I'm happy. I'm very happy. Who knows how many times he failed? Who knows how many times he failed? No one knows. We only know his success. Yeah? Elon Musk is a successful person, right? Let us see what Elon Musk did. That will be the... And please just watch this video. And then we will proceed further. This video will tell you. Again, big figures. Huh? No, minimize what is? Minimize. It is minimize also. Thank you. ভিডিওতে পিং হয়ে যাচ্ছে এখান থেকে তো মিনিমাইজ হয়ে যাচ্ছে
ল্যাপটপ তুমি পারবে না তোমার হাতে কাজ আছে
এই দেখো এটা মিনিমাইজ করেছি কিন্তু এটা দেখো এখান থেকে চলে যাবে এখানে পিং দেখাচ্ছে এখানে দেখাচ্ছে কিন্তু এখানে হ্যাঁ So I have so many known faces here. Where? Oh, you came to Kharagpur. Okay, great. How was the experience? Necessary corrections, but in the meantime, let us have some chat. Okay. How many of you? Very few, I know. Don't enthusiastically raise your hands. How many of you have ever considered it as an option? They are not listening. Your sirs and madams are not listening because it will not affect your placement situation. But how many of you have or the idea crossed your mind, how if or what if we could be one of the entrepreneurs? How many ever thought? Alright, it's very encouraging. It is very encouraging. It is very encouraging. Excellent. So I believe some thought that okay, and this is like infectious disease. You know what is infectious disease? That in a classroom, if 10 students have viral fever, how many will have viral fever thereafter? All of them, right? So I am happy if 10 hands or 12 hands have gone up, because that is an infectious thing and soon it will catch up with others as well. I am pretty confident. I am not thinking of all, but I am thinking if this pool can be expanded, extended, enlarged, many more people will come out who actually, instead of being a job seeker, would be a job provider. People would come and work in your organization, where you will be called what will your job title? In that case, what will your job title be? CEO, co-founder and CEO, founder and CEO, founder and CTO. There are many titles. No, only CEO is not there. In a group, co-founding, CEO is there, CTO is there, COO is there. What is COO? Chief Operating Officer or Operation Manager or those kind of this thing. So all these are possible. An MBA might come as a CFO or CMO. So these are all possible. So these are all possible. Now, alright, we will show it thereafter. Let us proceed with the PowerPoint if we can. We'll see that later.
স্যার ওটা আসবে না, ওটা স্ট্যান্ড বাই হয়ে গেছে, রিমোটটা না হওয়া পর্যন্ত আসবে না। ওটা এই প্রজেক্টারের রিমোটটা দরকার, নাহলে হবে না।
আচ্ছা Huh?
Can I try to fix this?
Yes, of course. This is the place for entrepreneurship. So it is kind of initiative that you are taking. But, lovely.
Video did knowledge.
What have you done? Known only to yourself. Great. Huh? That's an IT, right? Okay, good. I believe all of you know what IP is?
Yes.
Okay. Fine.
So can I play?
ঠিক আছে যেও না হ্যাঁ এটা থাকো আমি নার্ভাস হয়ে যাই
এটা উইন্ডোজ মিডিয়া প্লেয়ারে প্লে করতে হবে
আপনি যেটা বলতে পারেন।
আরেকবার করে দিচ্ছি এটা
তাহলে পরেরটাও করে দিন।
নেক্সট এটা প্রবলেম হবে না
Was born in
এখানে কিন্তু পুরো ক্লাস আছে।
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ
তুমি চলে যাও এটা করে তারপরে একটু।
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ
you know that he actually has undertaken this project of going to the space and bring that rocket back for the first time, yeah? So it will come back, unlike that it goes and gets off. So it falls in the thing and completely destroyed. At the age of 10, what he did, at the age of 12, he developed it and the game and sold it to the Maxim for $500. See, he studied physics and economics at the University of Pennsylvania, UPenn, and so they started Z2, Himalayan himself. He did the web startup. See, the startup at that age, when he was a college boy, and compact computers, 307. More than half of his earning to confirm XCOM, an online banking service. That is what he did. But yeah, now greenhouse and Mars. Look at the ambition. eBay bought PayPal and Musk walked away with $180 million. Traveled to Russia to buy a rocket launcher. They said that money was high, so they said, young man, don't you have money? Offered to sell one rocket at 8 million USD. He thought it was overpriced. So they taunted Elon Musk. The Russians taunted him. Don't you have the money, little boy? He walked out of the room, said, I will make the rocket. And then stormed out of the meeting. So he came back. When he was coming back from Moscow, he realized that he can make a rocket at much lesser cost. And the raw material for building a rocket is only 3% of its cost. Understand? And SpaceX could cut launch price by factor of 10 and still enjoy the 70% gross margin. Imagine. So 1/10 of the price with so much of profit still. So building spacecraft for commercial space travel. The first rocket failed in 33 seconds. He launched the rocket and it failed in 33 seconds. In again, when 2007 and 8, the second and third to establish company's credibility, also it failed. Second attempt also failed. Third attempt failed. So imagine the person who you find so successful, he failed. He had no money just to buy the last rocket for launching. On 20 September days, the fourth Falcon 1 rocket was successfully launched and achieved the orbit. The fourth attempt was successful, history was made, and Elon Musk became the name. Had he have not done so, he would have finished himself as a big failure. So, what he did, exactly how it comes back, I just would like to show you that. When I moved to NASA's own space shuttle mission, they got the NASA space shuttle mission, the reusable launch system development program in 2001. Reusable space shuttle. That means which will not be, spent up, burned up. It will come back to Earth. And then actually how it fires, how it goes, that you can see. And then we will go back to our second.
It's again not playing actually.
Why? But the screen came back.
Yes.
Again you watch a Windows player, no? Again you have to send it to Windows. Play with. Yes. Windows. Yeah. Now see, this is a very short video, just 2 minutes. So, yeah. Now see what actually happened when we were starting this, what he was doing, what actually was happening in his back room, in his work room, in his workspace, in his workplace, what was happening. So, say the person who has spent all the money and watching just to see if by any chance if it works after third failure, this fourth time, look at that man. Would you like to live one life? See, it is now coming back, coming back, coming back, coming back, and yes, it stands, sits. See, and the history is just made. The history is just now made. Okay. 2015, first recovery. A possible, it is a concept. This concept actually now has been translated into reality. Which is why I am saying that had he have just drawn a scheme or had he have just left after a couple of failures, if he has not done this, today we would not have celebrated Elon Musk. He is one like you. See, is coming back and successfully getting there for the first time. Land back on Earth and refly again. This will refly again. Not known to the mankind already. We all knew that it will come and destroy itself. But it is getting refueled fully and rapidly. Reusable rocket is there to reduce the cost of space travel. So now he is planning to build a city in Mars. City in Mars? Who would like to go? Rest? Rest? Up to Esplanade? Okay. So wait. Fine. Alright, coming back to our discussion. This very why I wanted to play, because these are some examples which inspires us all, you, me, everyone. And so I thought I will start with this, that you know what can be the limit. What is the limit? It is even beyond sky, my dear friends. True, sky is the limit. So I thought I will show you this. People know about success, but people hardly know about failures. They do not know how many times this will fail. But be that as it may. So what are you doing here? Now, so we have just seen the top universities what they do. I mean, it's briefly what Stanford does, what MIT does, what kind of innovation and entrepreneurship program they have. We discuss just one line, so that you understand what do they do. So like say, what program? Stanford program on innovation and entrepreneurship. How if Techno offers you a program on innovation and entrepreneurship, would you be happy? If Stanford is making their students happy, if Techno is offering something to you, I'm sure you would have reasons to feel happy. If WPT sets a course like this, I'm sure you would feel happy. Isn't it? Great. Till the course, many institutes, many universities are having their own programs. It may not be a degree course, but it is a program. Suppose Techno tomorrow creates a facility that you come and work to develop your product. We are giving you facilities, this workshop, that laboratory. Would you feel happy? Yes. Excellent. So, I will not dwell much time on this. I just wanted you to see what the top universities are doing. We are not rating those universities now, so I need not go to every detail there. See, top class universities, Caltech is doing this. Even other universities in other parts of the world, Belgium, Korea, Switzerland, UK, and so many others are doing it. Having established that we would like also to be world class. There is no point in limiting our ambitions. We would like to be world class. Are we world class in anything or in something? Are we world class in something? In many things. Can you name few things?
Yoga.
Okay.
Indian cricket,
Cricket. Yeah.
space exploration.
Economic launching. Yeah.
Largest number of satellites launched in one go.
Correct.
Computers.
Medicine.
Well, with some question mark because the patent rule law has changed. So now it is the next phase to begin because the new patent law has come. Earlier it was based on process. Now it is again gone back to molecule. So there is a matter to be worried about. Anyhow, I hope that in near future India will regain its position of indigenous medicine, so to say, but not so much right now happening, but it will. So we have quite a few, and if we are capable to do it, to do quite a few, if we have the will, we can do many other things, and with that we would move forward. And I would like to tell you, because you are young people, no point in thinking that tomorrow you are already an entrepreneur. I would like you to take you through a journey now, which is the future. Because I am here to talk about the future of entrepreneurship and innovation. So what is that future? Future is, if you want to have such a wonderful life exciting life of yours, today you have to prepare yourself. Preparing yourself means, don't ever think, tomorrow you will become Elon Musk. In 7 days you will become Elon Musk. In 2 years you will become Elon Musk. But you may as well. But for that you need a preparation. And what is that preparation? You have to process yourself through a route. R-O-U-T, that's what I mean. What's that route? What it entails? What it covers? Which I call, and not I call, it is termed as pre-incubation. That when it is germinating in your mind and you take out and then make a proof of concept, and that proof of concept can be on piece of paper and then a drawing, then say cardboard model, paper model, light metal model or wooden model. Through that you prepare a model, proof of concepts that it is working. Okay? And I am quite sure, as I had the meeting this morning, I am quite sure that Techno India Group, I was interacting in the morning with people out here. They are creating certain infrastructure facility so that those who are willing to become future Elon Musk or any entrepreneur for that matter would be supported through the infrastructure and facilities. There are quite a few things like e-sale. How many of you have heard about e-sale? What is e-sale? What is e-sale? Do you know that in many institutes that e-sale is a student-driven organ, student-driven activity? Not so much professor-driven, but it is largely student-driven. Professors will guide, they will act as a mentor, they will act as the chairman of those bodies, those are fine, but actually that will be executed by the students. Are you aware?
Yes, sir.
Have you attended any such e-cell meetings or programs anywhere?
Yes, sir.
Where?
Side price.
Hult Prize, okay? Great. You participated in Hult Prize? Two of you? Wonderful. So already people have started. So what is the status of that Hult Prize?
Sir, we were not in that, actually 3 winners were there.
Okay. So you are applying for the regional now?
No, sir, my team is not going, but 3 teams from our college, they are going to Malaysia.
Going to Malaysia? Wonderful. Kudos to you. Wonderful. It is a very wonderful to hear that such thing has already started happening. Excellent. So this is exactly what I am saying. This is exactly what I am saying. Instead of 3 teams, if we can send 30. That is the challenge. Instead of 3, can we make it 30? Here I am to make it 30. Here they are, gentlemen and ladies, to make it 130. You understand what the challenges are? This is the challenge not for you and me. This is the challenge before our country today. If you become an entrepreneur today, actually you are giving a wonderful service to the country because you are solving a major problem of the country, that is underemployment or unemployment. You are not solving your own problem alone. You are solving many other problems because you are arranging for not only their employment but a livelihood, and not only a livelihood, a very rewarding career. A job is ensuring money, but if you get that money through your own venture, at the same time you are providing employment for 10 others, the satisfaction level cannot be just discussed here in this room unless you really feel it, unless you really do it. So no harm in trying that. So curricular activities, co-curricular activities, many such things happens. Okay, I thought I will discuss quite a few things, but I will skip those slides, particularly those slides, to tell you what we are doing at IIT Kharagpur. So I will tell that in short. I will not go through all the slides. What I am doing at IIT Kharagpur, we have our e-cell, we have our Science and Technology Entrepreneurship Park, we have certain projects through which students are getting this facility to do their products and projects. We are having certain labs where students are actually doing it by their own hands. Maybe today here you don't have that facility, but tomorrow that is going to be created here. That is the discussion that we have. So I just wanted to share with you what IIT is doing, and then we discuss with them if it is being done there. So they were trying to find out, what if they do it here. So I'm very excited, I'm very happy that Techno India is going to do that. And so I think that since you are going to do that, no point in my discussing what we are doing there, but in short, I discussed what we are doing, but I would like quickly to go to these are ESL activities. I mean, if you are interested, that can be a question and answer session what ESL does. So I will give some time at the end. So what we are doing is Global Entrepreneurship Summit. Have you heard anything about Kharagpur IIT Global Entrepreneurship Summit? GS, you have heard? Okay. Yeah. Sit down somewhere. And annual competitions, etc. I would like you to participate in one such program. I happen to be the chairman of our ESL at IIT Kharagpur. So we organize Global Entrepreneurship Summit. We organize product design innovation competition. So please participate. These are some of the things that we have. Product Analytic and Modeling Lab, which we were discussing in the morning. That where we are, you can come and sit here. Both of you, quickly come sit here. These are the facilities, the Tinkering Lab, Innovation Center, all these we have. And there is a DIC NIT, Design Innovation Center under National Initiative of Design Innovation, which is a centrally funded project. Centrally funded project, and that year. This is our research park that is coming up at Rajarhat. So this morning we were discussing if Techno India could be a part of it, and I am telling you, they have expressed their interest to be a part of that research park of IIT Kharagpur at Rajarhat. So the connectivities are getting established, and soon I am sure you will find them as reality. Okay. So these are some stories. This morning perhaps you have heard we discussed that one of our alumni who has given us back 5 crore rupees, and now I believe he is pledging $2 million to set up a artificial intelligence machine intelligence lab. So this, I will come quickly. These are the success stories. Yeah. These are success stories of IIT Kharagpur, but okay. So IIT Kharagpur chapter I have already discussed in short. Now, the chapter that we would like to discuss. Just read the first one. There is no organizational capability with such a gap between importance and performance. In 2015, BCG survey said 70% of the executives, they did a survey, they conducted a survey. They conducted a survey and 70% of the executives, they said, replied that innovation was either the company's top priority or among the top 3 priorities of the organization. It is a survey. Because they are finding that this is the competitive factor. Competitive advantages come through this innovation. So, another say KPMG, ISCC, KPMG, conference board confirm these numbers. Executives consider innovation as the most critical capability for the future success of their company. So, if you are not an entrepreneur, but if you are working for a corporate organization and working therein, the same knowledge, capability and expertise can be used. You know what they are called when they do the entrepreneurial activity in the organization? Entrepreneurs, very correct, entrepreneurs. So the entrepreneurial spirit, entrepreneurial culture, that is there, which goes into their activities even when they are working in a corporate organization, in a factory, in an office. So the London School of Economics and Political Science, they said 20% of the executive was happy based on survey of our clients. Companies are accelerating efforts to change their culture. So for a moment, look here, I am not talking about entrepreneurship. For a moment, I am talking of innovation. Because innovation is such a thing, you can spend it anywhere. You can use it anywhere. You can encash it anywhere. Be it your own company, be it any corporate you work for. So if you have that technology, if you have that product, if you have that capability of developing new things, new technology, new innovative products, you are in. You are in. People will interview you in the corporate organization from completely different perspective. They will not ask, oh, what was your grade in thermodynamics? Oh, in basic electrical machines, what is your grade? Forget it. I have done 4 things. Okay? There are 40 papers. I have done 4 things. And these 4 things is 1, 2, 3, 4. And these 4 things means this. 4 things means a product in your company. Right? So the dialogue goes on a different thing. Alright, I will talk about something about the design thing, which is the core in innovation. So entrepreneurship, we have understood how these ideas can be taken for realization and marketing and finally sell it. So that is entrepreneurship. Thinking like a designer can transform the way you develop products. So for that kind of innovation, we would understand what design thinking is. Design thinking. What is design thinking? What is design thinking? Design thinking is this: a methodology that imbues the full spectrum of innovation activities with a human-centered design. Means what? What does it mean? What does it mean? It means that when I am trying to develop a product or innovate something, I first need to understand where your shoe is pinching. What is your pain point? Do you have a real requirement? Or I have done an undergraduate project, I think it is a great project, so I think I have done a good technology. But have you ever stopped for a moment and thought, okay, it is a technology, no doubt, but is there any usefulness of the technology? Is anybody buying that technology? Or will anybody ever try and use this technology or utilize this technology to develop a new product? So, designing products or services through direct observation of what people want and in their lives, that means users, and develop the product accordingly. It is a lineal descendant of that tradition. Okay. To solve complex problems, design thinking helps you to solve complex problems and find desirable solutions for clients. A desirable solution, a design mindset is not problem focused, it is a solution focused. Solution focused management, there is a problem. There may be one solution, which is called lateral thinking. Lateral thinking, that means how in all different possible ways it can be solved, and while solving that problem in different 10 ways, 12 ways, when someone using this, is he or she happy or unhappy or having trouble using it or having ease and comfort using it? Those are the things the design has to do. Once the design thinking is imbibed, it will help you to become innovative. Once you become innovative, you have enough material to translate into entrepreneurship. So the core here, the seed is the design thinking that I will take you through, and thereafter explore the problem space, what can be done. That is 360-degree view, consult all stakeholders, supplier, consumer, friends, experts, professors, students, everyone. This is where the innovation comes in, the intersection of 3 points. What are they? Technology, business, and human values or human needs. First, it has to be technologically feasible. It has to be economically viable. For what? For the thing that someone would buy. I can develop a technology, but there is no buyer. I can develop a technology, people will buy, but that cannot be economically produced. Okay? I have a great car that costs 20 lakhs of rupees. No point. So, when we have the cross section of these 3, then the fun begins. See, you all are students of science and engineering and all. Everyone can see the intersection, and you understand the innovation is at the common section of all these. Desirability, viability, feasibility. Feasibility is technical, desirability is human-centric, and viability is economic, which I just have told you. So, desirability, does the solution show empathy for end user? Is this the simplest solution that gets the job done? Is it elegant? Similarly, on viability term, is it affordable? Does it make us more profitable? Do we have the skills? What is my ROI? What is ROI? Okay, fine. Return on investment. Great, good. And feasibility part, how quickly can I configure the solution to suit my needs? Is the solution easy to maintain? And all these technical issues. And then this is the intersection where the innovation is. Intersection of these 3. I would, okay. What is very important, as I was telling you, that you would, once you have conceived something, a technology or product or any innovative idea, that you would like to prototype it. Prototype it. I hope you all know that modeling, prototyping, etc. Now how do you do prototyping? Yeah, that is the question. I will take just 5 moments, then I will give you a problem. In fact, you will decide your own problem. Now tell me, how you do prototyping? How do you prototype?
Making a reality.
What is prototype? What is prototype? Sorry? What model? Working model, physical model?
Yes.
Is it essential to make a physical model? No. What are the different possible models? Simulation. That is digital model. Excellent. Great point. Excellent. I am very happy. I am very happy because there are 2 types of prototypes. One is the digital prototype and this is physical prototype. I would recommend first always go for the digital prototype. Why? You can do it for free. Almost. You don't have to buy material, do that in workshop and finally say, oh, it's not working. Jump in. So if you can do a simulation and see, oh, this is not working, tweak it, modify it, change it, now run another simulation. Fine, great, this is working. And then you go for physical prototyping to check the form, study everything. So that is a great advantage of prototyping. But prototyping is a very important requirement. It helps you to see that whether something is not going to work and whether it is failing early. Failing early is important because corrective actions also will come early. So failing early means corrective actions come early so that your product comes out quickly. So this is one of the things. And then, would you like to do a project yourselves here? Just for half an hour? Yes. Great. I wanted a big yes.
Yes.
Yes. Great. Yeah. So these are the steps. Empathize, define, ideate, prototype, and execution. Okay. So these are the steps in design thinking. So we will do something on design thinking because we consider the design thinking practice will lead to innovation, and innovation will help translate into entrepreneurship. Everything is scientific, everything is logical. I would not like to dream, oh, someday, active idea will come to my mind. I will wake up in the morning and go to the bank and ask for money and say, pick up my own box. That doesn't happen. This is real hard work. It is real task, technological task, thinking task, brainstorming task, prototyping task, testing task, and once you are done there, proof of concept, prototype, everything is ready, you go and tell that venture capitalist or angel investor, those who are funding, look here, we have done this, we will develop this, it will fetch us this much money, so if you fund, you will benefit. Your dialogue changes. Your dialogue is not, please give me some money. Your essay says, we need money because we would like to develop this. If we develop this, the return will be this. So you are actually telling the investor, I'll make you rich. If you tell somebody, I'll make you rich, how sound like? Instead of telling, I will be rich, if you tell, I'll make you rich. Which sounds better? So, when can you say that? When you have your product. When you have your innovation. That's what people do. That not only Elon Musk did, that everybody did so. Starting from Steve Jobs to everyone. Everybody does so. So, it is nothing new. That is what I am doing. So, there are many slides I can talk on for hours on this. But I think we have done up to this, where I would like you to do a couple of things. Think coolly about a product. Think coolly about a product. Do a 15 minutes job of doing brainstorming in a group. Come out with an idea. Do it in your laptop. 3 slides each team. Not more than 3 slides. Present it here. Which is called pitch. Have you heard something called elevator pitch?
Yes.
Here everyone, why have you called me? In the entire classrooms, everything. I am very happy with you. Now, what is the elevator pitch?
A short dialogue.
How short? Why is it called elevator?
Because it should be completed within the completion of one floor. Means,
Not one floor.
means the time we spend in a elevator.
So it should be very short there. It should be very short that if you are meeting someone in an elevator, what will you do? You are meeting a great guy who has huge money, who can fund your project, and you have developed this technology of this mobile phone, and you now need money. You happen to have met him in an elevator. What do you do? Elevator, that is a thing. You can meet him in a restaurant or in some parties or some conference. Someone is coming out from a conference and is going to the airport. You met him. What do you do?
Just speech.
What do you say? Give money. Give money. What do you say? You have a couple of minutes to discuss. What do you say?
We will try them to make us. I'll make you rich.
No, never say that. Oh, never make a mistake of saying that. That you know. Please don't tell this to anybody. I will like to make you rich. The moment you say I will make you rich, you will be out of my view. I am already rich. Hey, don't make this mistake ever. Never. But you are going to do that. But don't tell. but don't tell them. Yeah? So what do you say? But don't ask for money. What do you say? In elevator pitch, we are doing this. This is going to solve these problems, and our technology is this, which is new. We have a team like this. So when you have 5 minutes time, I would drop it by your office if you are interested. But then if he is interested, and if you seek another appointment, your work is done. Getting another appointment is the challenge. 90% of the time people will not give you time. Forget about money. 99% time people will not give you time. Second appointment is the thing that you look for, not money. You want just one appointment with that great guy. If you meet Mr. Narayan Murthy, would you tell him, I want to make you rich? Do you dare? Never tell him that. He says, oh, we are developing a product which is this technology. It will solve our country's problem in this way, and we 3-4 are this thing. We are from this background, and we are doing this now, and so this will solve this problem. So we would like to give you more detail. In the meantime, if you want, I can send you a mail. But I would like to have 5 minutes of your time whenever you have. We'll go and meet you at your office. Everybody wants to have more money. So the VC would like to have more money, provided you work useful. 90% of the time is wasted to shed out chunks. People would come out with any proposal. So we have great proposals. So this proposal will fetch huge money. What is the business model? So business model is this. People would definitely be interested in our product and would buy twice the next month and 10 times in one whole year. What survey report you about? No, survey means we have spoken to a few of our friends. Okay, fine. We'll talk about it later. So, do your homework. Do your homework. Be thorough. Be sincere. First of all, be honest. Honest to your purpose. Whatever doing, be honest to your purpose. And if you are passionate, the last word I would say, if you are passionate, imagine. How many of you had planned for your own travel or trip to some holiday destination? Fine. How much time you devoted for that? No. No. It is not the, what is called that place where we had been? That restaurant? No. Census. It is not going to census. I don't know census. It is not. You are going, say, for example, Goa, Mumbai. So I am saying tour or something. What about Singapore? Or Malaysia? Or UK? Where?
We need to see the places which are the major points, and then we need to plan according to that. And
So how much time will you take?
nearly 1 or 2 hours.
Only? For a month? Someone was telling me, don't go there because their food is not like Indian food. They will get an Indian food restaurant, so go there. Don't you think all this happens?
Yes.
Then, so why are you hoodwinking me? Tell me the truth. That you spent really a hell of a lot of time. Hell of a lot of time. 150 minutes? 250 minutes? Then why are you saying 15 minutes? So you are absorbed. Basically you are absorbed because it is your trip. So it is your journey. So it is your journey. So it is your journey. So when it is your journey for life. When you are going to Mumbai, you are planning 250 minutes, and when you are journeying for your life, how many minutes you would spend? Anything. Whole life is yours. Whole life is yours. So you are passionate that you will do it. You will have sleepless nights, I am telling you. If you think that you are on a good project, a product that you are developing, I am telling you, ladies and gentlemen here, no one would tell you, neither your parents, nor your guide, nor your mentor, no one can stop you. I have the experience of telling people, go home now, get out of the lab now, have some sleep, tomorrow we have a meeting at 10 o'clock. They will not leave, they will still walk. Just 5 minutes. We are just doing the last testing, but this testing is, so that is the passion. So that will come, provided you are into this. So immerse yourself. This immerse yourself thing, that immersing oneself into something, like those who are passionate about music, they immerse themselves in music. Don't we immerse ourselves in the movie hall? Huh? When you are so absorbed, we are immersed. What will happen in zero gravity? What will happen? What will happen? Will Apollo 13 come back? Does it not happen? So that's an immersion. So with that kind of thing, with that passion, now I will give you your project. It's your project with your passion, with your interest. You have to deliver a project in 3 slides. Since we don't have much time, I have to finish it early. I have chosen a time, maximum half an hour per team. Usually what I do is, I let them form their teams. But now, I don't know, that will be a big chaos. So I would divide the room in 4 quadrants. Or, no. What I will do is, 1, 2, first up, second up, third up, fourth up. Alright, 4 quadrants. I will divide from the central line. Central line. So one half is that, and another half is the door, where the door ends. That's the line. So this row is beyond this line. So 1, so up to this one. From the beginning of the book. So this is 1 quadrant, this is another quadrant, this is 1 quadrant or group, this is another group. Create a big chaos here. I want you to create a chaos. I honestly want to create a chaos in the classroom. You form your team, you have just half an hour, and presentation time will be just 3 minutes. So make ready of your own idea about the product, solution, estimated cost, and sales price.